as someone that loves open world exploration, I finally dipped my toes in tower fantasy, and let's just say that the gameplay has me hooked. The voices, hit or miss. But regardless, I am genuinely interested in the lore of the game. But before we can begin with the scarier, spookier part of tower fantasy lore, we should begin with the story before the game itself. As a disclaimer though, the current state of the story is still in progress and the amount of information we have is still tentative, but I do want to show a summary of Tower of Fantasy's history to continue future videos about this lore. But regardless, let's begin. The start of the game's story arrives with the coming of humanity to the planet known as Aida. A colonization plan to expand human civilization was the main motivation for their arrival. The planet of Aida is supposedly divided into separate continents, with the current story taking part in one of them known as Asperia. A locked continent or region was also shown to us as Vera, though if they are part of the same planet is currently unknown. On the year 2653, a comet known as Mara fell to Aida, and within it came a mysterious yet potent energy source known as Omnium. It was an organization known as the Old Federation that thought to capitalize on the energy resource. The Mara is the ultimate source of all Omnium in this planet, and the way humans harnessed that energy from it was by creating the Tower of Fantasy. Omnium, at least from what we know in the game, was a very useful resource that is able to act as a power source, both capable of enhancing abilities and fuel most machinations in the game. But on January 19, 2664, the central Omnium reactor in the Tower of Fantasy exploded, and released what was basically a nuclear explosion. The whole world was essentially wrapped in corrupting radiation, almost wiping out the entirety of humanity. It was also because of this horrible radiation that humans and animals alike slowly turned into the aberrants. We see a cutscene of a raider turning into an aberrant by injecting themselves with an unknown liquid. And if you play the ruins in Astra, you see that experiments were being done to subjects that involved reagents and radioactive material. After the damage done to the planet of Aida, surviving scientists formed Hykros to develop suppressors to combat radiation, enabling mankind to stay alive and continue using Omnium. However, this blatant ignorance to Omnium's dangers would not go unnoticed by others, so a group emerged from this New World Order. The self-professed saviors called the Heirs of Aida proclaimed Omnium as the culprit of all disasters. The Heirs of Aida is an active threat in the story as we see them plan to overpower the tower in Astra, effectively destroying that island should that tower explode. Our character was an agent of Hykros, and when we met them in the opening cutscene, they were in the process of fulfilling a mission. Our character was described as part of the elites, and they are distinguished for their ability to control temporary rifts in time to strike at the most opportune moments. These little moments in time are known as Fantasia, and not everyone can do it. This is the part of the game where you slow down time to perfect dodge. Hykros is divided into multiple hierarchies, the archons of the district being the highest of them. On the other side, we have the Heirs of Aida, and these are the people we also meet in the first cutscene that sent the hounds against our main character. They are amongst the people that took away Shirley for recovery, and also the ones responsible for wiping our character's memories. But yes, that's just a short and sweet summary of what in the world is going on in Tower of Fantasy's story. We've got a lot to look forward to, and let's see how they'll take this story, Anyway, my name is Asta and thank you for chilling with me.